In the heart of Ghana, where the golden sun kissed the earth and the rivers whispered ancient songs, there lived a young woman named Amma. Amma was known in her village for one special thing. She loved the rain. While others rushed indoors when the clouds gathered, Amma would run outside with a wide smile, holding out old clay pots, calabashes, and buckets, collecting every drop like it was treasure from heaven. "Why do you love the rain so much?" the village children would ask, laughing as they danced around her. Amma would smile softly and say, "Because every drop carries a blessing." Her village, tucked beside the peaceful banks of the Volta River, was beautiful, but often struggled during the dry season. The crops would thirst, the fish would disappear, and many families worried about tomorrow. But Amma believed nature always left clues for those willing to listen. Every morning before sunrise, she would take her tiny wooden canoe onto the river. With her paddle in hand and hope in her heart, she sailed across the calm waters, watching birds fly low and the breeze move across the surface. To others, it was just a river. To Amma, it was a teacher. One morning, as the mist floated gently above the water, Amma noticed something unusual. Near the reeds by the riverbank, the fish were jumping higher than usual. She leaned forward. Splash! Another one, then another. Her eyes widened. "This means the deeper waters are changing," she whispered. She quickly paddled home. At the village market, fishermen were preparing for the day. "Pull harder!" one shouted. "It's a big one!" Fresh tilapia and catfish filled the air with the smell of the river. Amma ran to old Kofi, the village's most respected fisherman. "Papa Kofi," she said, slightly out of breath, "the fish are moving near the eastern reeds. The waters are shifting. Today, that's where you must cast your nets." The old fisherman raised an eyebrow. "And how do you know this, child?" Amma smiled. "The river told me." Some laughed. Others shook their heads. But Papa Kofi studied her face and nodded. "Then we will trust the river." That day, the fishermen followed Amma's advice. Hours later, the village heard shouting from the river. "They're coming back!" Children ran. Women left their cooking fires. Men rushed to the shore. The boats returned overflowing with fish, more than anyone had seen in months. Huge tilapia, silver catfish, even giant freshwater prawns. The village erupted in joy. Amma stood quietly at the edge of the crowd, smiling as the people celebrated. Papa Kofi walked toward her, holding the biggest fish of the day. He lifted it high and laughed. Today the river spoke through Amma. From that day forward, people listened differently. They noticed how Amma watched the skies, how she studied the winds, how she treated the earth with respect. She taught the children how to collect rainwater. She showed farmers when to plant. She helped fishermen understand the river's rhythm, and slowly the village changed. The dry seasons became less fearful. The harvests grew stronger. Hope returned. One evening, as soft rain began to fall, Amma stood outside once again, holding her clay pot beneath the sky. A little girl beside her asked, "Amma, do you still think every drop carries a blessing?" Amma looked at the clouds, smiling as rain touched her face. "Yes," she said gently, "because sometimes the smallest drops can change an entire life." And under the African sky, with the river singing nearby and the rain blessing the earth, Amma kept collecting treasure. One drop at a time,